Are you ready to finally, truly build some real confidence when you speak English? Well, in this explainer, we're going to skip all that textbook theory and get right into the practical stuff that actually works. Let's dive in. Hey, does this sound familiar? You've studied the grammar, you know a ton of vocabulary, but the second you try to speak, it just feels like the words get stuck. It's a super common frustration, trust me, and today we're going to tackle it head on. That feeling actually has a name. It's called the fluency gap. Let's take a closer look at what that really means and, how it might be holding you back. Yeah, this slide really lays it all out. See, on one side, you've got knowing the words, the grammar, the vocabulary, but on the other side, there's speaking with rhythm, actually making a conversation flow. The goal here is to stop translating everything in your head and just start expressing yourself naturally. We need to build a bridge across that gap. So, how in the world do we build that bridge? Well, we're going to focus on one super powerful and honestly surprisingly simple method, the shadowing technique. Shadowing is about to become your new best friend. It's exactly what it sounds like. You listen to something and then you immediately repeat it out loud. Now, this isn't about memorizing words. It's about training your mouth, your voice, and your brain to make the sounds and rhythms of English feel natural without all that overthinking. And honestly, it really is this simple. Just 2 steps. First, you listen really carefully. And I mean, not just for the words, but for the music of the language, the rhythm, the ups and downs. Then, you just repeat it out loud, trying to match that sound as closely as you possibly can. That's it. That's the whole technique. Okay, now for the really fun part. Theory is great and all, but practice is where the magic really happens. So let's try this shadowing technique with some real-world conversations you might actually have. All right, I want you to imagine you're right there at the check-in counter. I'm going to say a line, and you're going to repeat it right after me. Focus on the sound, the rhythm. You ready? Listen closely. Can I see your passport, please? Now you try. And here's the response. Listen. Here you go. Your turn. All right, here's the next question from the agent. How many bags are you checking in? Go for it. And your simple, clear answer, just 1 suitcase. See how that feels? You're not translating, you're just speaking. Awesome, let's switch scenes. The cool thing is, this technique works for any situation. So now, you're in a cafe. Let's practice ordering a coffee. This is a classic one. Listen, can I get a coffee, please? Now you. And the question you'll almost definitely hear back, would you like milk or sugar? Go ahead and repeat it. A simple, direct reply. Listen. Just black, please. Say it with confidence. You're doing great with this. Okay, so the physical act of speaking, that's only half the battle, right? The other half, and you could argue it's even more important, is what's going on up here in your mind. Let's talk about building that real, lasting confidence. This part is so important. Your mindset matters. What you tell yourself really does become your reality. So take a look at these affirmations. Don't just read them. Try to actually feel them. Practice makes progress. I can do this. This isn't just empty motivation, It's about training your brain to see speaking English as something you can do, not as some terrifying test. So now you have the technique and you have the mindset. Let's bring it all together and look at your path forward from this moment. This right here, this captures the whole journey perfectly. Just remember, it's not about becoming perfectly fluent overnight. It's about understanding that every single sentence you repeat is a little step forward. Every small conversation helps you grow. So I'll leave you with this question, and I really want you to think about it. Are you going to order a coffee, ask for directions, or maybe just say hello to someone? The choice is yours. The journey is yours. What conversation will you have next?